evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video diary. How's it going today? Today it is Monday. We are in the last working week before Christmas, so we are like essentially being productive. We've got shit to do, but we've got lots of time to do it in, and ironically at work we don't have that time. I thought I'd give you an update on Graham. In yesterday's video, called Eskimo Graham, for lack of a better word, we bought Graham an igloo. Graham isn't a fan of that igloo. Look how pissed off she is. She is fucking angry right now. Oh, look at them teeth. Oh, Christ. Graham, he's so scary. So basically, last night, I'm going to try and be quiet. I'm sorry, Graham. I'm sorry. As you can see, her house used to be up here. What she did, we put the igloo up there. What she did was she just moved all of her bedding downstairs. So, this morning, we put the igloo on top of all of her bedding, which was previously in that corner. As you can see, look, she is just trying to sleep there and I'm not letting her. However, during today, because, quite frankly, she doesn't have enough bedding to cover herself up properly. So, like previously, when she had the house had more bedding in it, because it was bigger. So, she'd have enough bedding to, like, bury herself in it. And she can bury herself in the igloo. She just chooses not to because she doesn't like it yet. So we put the igloo on top of all the bedding she'd moved from downstairs, because basically that's how you trick her into thinking that it's alright to sleep in the igloo. She previously used to sleep in the tube, and we didn't like it doing that. So every time we cleaned her out, we put all of her bedding back into her igloo, and then every night she'd have to remake a nest, and then eventually she just got fucking used to it. Because we'd do it, and then she'd be like too tired to do it, so she'd sleep in it, and then she just got used to it, basically. But yeah, so we moved the we moved the igloo on top of all of her bedding, and today, while we've both been out the house, she's managed to pick up the igloo and move it from this corner to here. So she's like kind of like picked it up and gone like that somehow. God knows how. So there's that. But we'll see. The thing is, Graham, like, it's beyond it. It's not even funny how much the house stinked because you kept shitting in it. So I don't know why I turned the lights on in here, because I'm not hanging around in here. But yes, I thought I'd give you an update on the old thingy situation. Why is there, ladies and gentlemen? Today has been a standard Monday. We drove into work today. The traffic is now starting to die down because it's Christmas. Kids aren't at school. If kids aren't at school, there's no traffic at all. But it looks like some kids are still there. However, I was late anyway because I got stuck behind a lorry which was stuck behind a bin lorry, which fucked us. I ended up doing like some wiggling to like go around it, basically, because the lorry couldn't overtake on the road because it was too thin, too narrow the road was. So that was annoying. Steady, dropping shit. Got to work. I think it was just on time, but I should have been early. Because I was going to vlog to you in the car and tell you about the Graham thing, but I could show you it now, so I guess swings and roundabouts. Bam! Got to work, and I have been working on my validation thing. I've been ripping apart some stuff. I've been removing two methods which are previously only used by tests. I've moved them somewhere else now, so they can still be set, but not on the same thing. And I updated that, and then I removed all of the infrastructure that I created in order to keep it backward compatible, even though there was like the setting was being set here, but actually it was only being used here. So I moved the setter to here and built a load of infrastructure so that you could still use a setter up here. I've removed all of that. It was deemed unnecessary. I've also found a bug. This is what I'm running some tests overnight locally, because I found a bug a while ago where it literally goes, if this is true, then return false, I think. If this is true, then return this. Else, call this method to check if this is valid. Ignoring the result, return false. So I contacted the original developer who wrote that in 2011, is currently working in America. They work for the company, they're just in the American office. Contacted them and they were like, oh yeah, that's probably a bug. Just like fix it and then run the tests and see what happens. There's probably good JUnit tests in that area. I was like, lol, I wrote all the tests in that area. So basically I've made the changes and I'm going to run it in. The problem is, like, a base validator is now going to change what it considers valid, which I'm imagining is going to have some lasting effects on the rest of the integration tests that we have. It's going to be a nightmare. So I'm running the tests overnight. We'll see what happens, basically. Yes. Otherwise, just doing code reviews. Although it's more like finalising code reviews rather than actually reviewing stuff. Because everyone is like on a bit of a go slow. Like, there isn't that much work to do at the moment because we're coming up to the end of the sprint, which is why I'm doing my refactoring. So yeah, that was work. Otherwise, at lunchtime I spent developing my project as I normally do. I am currently building the infrastructure so that I can store how long the tests are supposed to take. So that's what's going on at the moment. I've just got to like thread this little bit of information through, and then we'll build it from there. So yeah, I've added the field so that it can be saved. I've now just got to add like the default value before it starts. So what I'm essentially decided on doing is having a default value, and then during the initial setup it runs a test to figure out like how they're supposed to behave in the first place. Like, do they all pass? How many are there? How long does it take? It figures out how long they take, and at that point that should be a pretty good estimate, because I'm literally running like 10 tests all at the same time. Like, that should be, in theory, when the system is most overloaded on that person's code. So I'm going to get the average, the times for that, save it, and then I'm going to have like a plus or figure out a way of having some kind of plus or minus onto it. Well, no, a plus, I guess. And then I'm going to like create a rolling average, basically. And if it starts to get worse and worse, then thingy it, so that I don't kill things that I'm not supposed to kill. So that's my idea there. It's going to be good fun. It's going well. I've just literally got to build the things to like pass through. I'm enjoying it. I'm literally about to do that now as well. So I'm going to get changed, because today as well was the last day of wearing a shirt. We're now wearing thing. Tomorrow is Christmas jumper day. Last time I had a Christmas jumper day at a company, I booked the day off. But I can't book the day off, so that's annoying. Not much I can do about that though. I don't have a Christmas jumper. I don't have a jumper, let alone a Christmas jumper. So it's kind of tough shit. So right, cool. I am going to do some programming, wait for Laura to come home, and then we're going to cook dinner. Although there's things probably going to like overlap with each other semi-significantly. We'll see when we... Is that Laura? Oh, that was earlier. So. What are you up to, Graham? Hey? What are you currently up to? Because it sounds like you're making a right racket. You know I've caught you, haven't you, Graham? You know. You're trying to act all cute now for the camera. It's an absolute menace. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's midnight. I am heading off to bed. After today, on a Monday, when we go shopping in the evening, I've done 3.5 hours worth of programming. Absolutely smashed it. Tomorrow, despite going to the gym, I'm aiming to do the same. So, I'm pretty proud of myself. What's been going on? I actually lost track of time when I was programming earlier. Laura was coming home and I mistimed when to boil all the pans and stuff. I had to wait ages for the oven to warm up for garlic bread, as we were having chilli today. Laura came back, we went shopping, came back here. We started watching The Crown on Netflix. Seems alright so far. But then yeah, Laura went to bed at about 10:30 and I stayed up a little bit longer programming. What's been going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have managed to asynchronously, I've been dealing with asynchronous threads and trying to kill things for fun. So I've managed to get all of the results out of the test run. That's all cool. I'm getting the tasks out, and what I'm doing, I was trying to figure out a way of essentially processing the results as they finished, but also timing it to say, this is how long you should take. So if you have 3 test projects, if they're all supposed to take, if in total they take 5 minutes, then I go, right, run, sit and wait for 5 minutes. And then as they come through, I pass the results back and then go, right, okay. Pass the results back, and then if 5 minutes have passed, then they die. that turned out to be relatively difficult. The API seems to be relatively lacking in that respect. I couldn't figure out a clean way of doing it without resetting the timer to 5, like, the API wouldn't let me do that kind of thing in an obvious way that I could find. So what I instead decided to do was kind of do like a when all. So instead of doing one each as they come, I sit and wait for them all to finish, and if they don't all finish within a given timeline, I then go through and process the ones that have finished, kill the ones that haven't. I've gotten that far, and I'm now trying to figure out how to kill the process that I've created in order to run the tests. The problem is that I'm trying to deal with. I'm going to have to figure out how this is done, because it's so difficult trying to do things for .NET Core when there's like just next to like you Google stuff and normal .NET comes up, or if you try and do that for .NET Core and I'm like try and kill .NET Core process, it goes to like trying to kill the .NET CLI which is called .NET, which is so fucking irritating. Essentially what my code is doing at the moment is it's creating a command line instance and then running a piece of code well, not running a piece of code, running a command in a command line. So when my process kills itself, it kills the command line instance, not the process that it created within it. So I'm trying to figure out a way of dealing with that doesn't involve using an object which isn't available to me in .NET Standard 1.6. I believe it's available in .NET Standard 2.0, which is .NET Core 2.0, but I don't know when that's coming out. I believe that's when MS Build is available as well. So I'm just going to try and figure out if it's possible for me to do this without that. That's what my plan is. So this is the problem I had last time when I did this. Like for my dissertation, I got to the point where I wasn't able to. It's not as bad this time because I'm only created one process that I can't kill. Previously I created one process that I could kill, but that created 20 processes underneath it and I couldn't kill them. So progress, we're on the way up, but hopefully I should be able to solve this problem with relative ease. I don't think it's too difficult, I just think I'm all a bit burned out now. So I'm going to head off to bed. Graham is going to continue to be naughty and like ruin her cage because she refuses to go in the house. It's like, bring back my wooden cottage. No, Graham, it's in the bin. It's gone for good. You can't have it back. Bedtime. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't know. I'll catch you later.